Good day. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your morning flash update for the day after. This is the yin-yang day, as I like to call it. And this is Thursday, September 18th, 2025. We're about 8:15 a.m. Central Time. And I call it yin-yang because in America, we get our Fed decision. Asia's sleeping. Europe's just finishing up dinner, going to bed. And then it goes around the world, then it comes back to roost. So how did it roost? Well, you're getting some bids in the stock market. You're about stable in the energy markets. You're adding a bit of yield all of a sudden to the bonds and the notes, adding yield back. You're looking at the grain markets not doing much. The dollar is up today 40 points at the expense of a number of currencies, just the opposite of what you might have thought. The gold's down $25 and the silver market having trouble holding over the $42 an ounce area. So that's where you're at. Let's talk about the day's action today. Jobless claims. They came in down 33,000 at 231. They were looking for the market to come in at 240, so that's even lower. It's not the Texas situation. We thought that Texas didn't make all their numbers right on the last report, and they needed it. But when the revision came in on Texas, it's actually up 1,000. So this is in other areas. The continuing claims also fell. So when you look at this, you wouldn't think if this was the day before the Fed announcement, that the Fed would have made that cut on its own, just on its own. Then you look at the Philly Fed business climate. The index is up 23.2. They expected it up 2. It's 11 times higher than they thought it would be. You came in on the prices paid. It was up again, but not as much as last month. You come in on the employment index about where it was. Then you come in on the orders. They're taking off. They're at 12.4. The prior was a negative. When you take a look at the shipments, that went up nicely. And when you take a look at the inventories, well, it's climbing again. 15 versus a negative 6.2. Again, a strong set of numbers. And I was worried about this because the New York Empire manufacturing was down so much. Would it bleed over? It did not bleed over. So business is different than the manufacturing. The Conference Board at 9 is going to release their leading coincident lagging indicators. You're going to get the EI natural gas storage report. They're looking for 76 billion put into storage. The norm's about 74 at this point of year. And a big news announcement, NVIDIA buying $5 billion of Intel stock. They're going to co-develop some different products that they're going to put out on the market. Certainly not the very top end, but this is good. So, the government's been getting very close to NVIDIA. They own 10% of the company in some form. I'm not even sure of the form that they own it. But now here's another big amount. And this is a lifeline, obviously, to Intel, kicking both NVIDIA stock and Intel up this morning. So those are things you got to think about, and it's interesting. Now, internally, you're losing the upside momentum on the Russell. So while I've got the September here, I'm going to move this to December tomorrow. I had my clients come out of this. In the metals, the silver market to me has gone into a pause of momentum to the upside. I know you'll say, well, Ira, what are you saying? And I'm saying it could fall back, all right? Does that mean that I'm not bullish? No, you're wrong. I am. I believe even the stock market's going higher. But like all things, markets go into pauses, and you've got to play them out accordingly. Now, I'll be looking at doing a special report. I might do it today. I want to see how my time comes out, and we'll see where that goes. Remember, if you want any of our products, just move your cursor to the top up here and give that a click. You'll see the icon there, or go to iraepstein.com and look at everything that we offer. I'm Ira. You have yourself a great day. I'll catch up with you at the end of the trading day. Trade well.